It is an exciting day. My new RC from Tower Hobbies has arrived. I don't know what to say about whether this is a land, water, or air vehicle. I'm not really sure what to call it, but it is brushless, it is fast, it is one of a kind. So let me open it up. And it is, of course, the Aquacraft Cajun Commander. Blast down the bayou. And here it is. This thing is sweet. Come out. Hold on 1 second. Alright, it's out of the package. And this thing is huge. Here it is next to my broken Emax. And it's slightly longer and almost as wide. This thing is awesome. It's got these lights on the front. A massive small block Chevy engine. Metal cage around the prop. I told you guys there was some new stuff in the works, and here is definitely part of it. I wonder what size motor this thing has in there. I'm not even sure. This is just the unboxing. So stay tuned for more to come on this. So I've given it a once over now. You always want to give your new ready to run RCs a once over. Make sure everything's tight. The seat here was a little bit loose, so I added some more glue. It just glues in there. I'm gonna add some more later. I'm gonna make sure all the screws are tight. All the wires look good. This switch for the lights had come unstuck, so that's going to need some different tape or glue to hold that on there. Make sure the servo's not binding. Make sure the prop spins correctly. Make sure all the screws are tight and everything. You just want to give it a once over before you take it out for its first run. Quality control can only be so good. There's shipping, involved, so just check things over. This thing looks pretty nice, just couple real little things like the seat, and that's really no big deal at all. But this is a cool vessel, and I can't wait to get it on the water. So, one battery pack in, and already a little bit of damage. This thing is kind of a handful. You need a big area. Let me tell you a couple things you're going to want to do right off the bat. You're going to want to seal up these wires for your LEDs. I used shoe goo. Shoe goo is really great for sealing stuff. It was made for repairing shoes, but it works great for sealing or gluing RC stuff. Next thing, you can remove the engine cover, but you have to remove the prop. But anyways, you're going to want to thread lock your hardware. These four are lock nuts, as well as there's one here and one on the other side are lock nuts, but I thread locked them anyways. And the four going into the motor have lock washers, which is really nice, but I also thread locked those. So that would definitely be a good idea. I'm going to be replacing the balloon that was over the receiver with a plastic bag and 2 zip ties. I've been using that on my other boat as well as my Wraith for a few years now, and that works really good. I've put zip ties around the rubber boots here to keep them on. The hatch, or the compartment area here, did get a good amount of water in it during the run. I didn't use the hatch tape, which would probably be a good idea and eliminate a lot of that issue. And the final thing, I used liquid electrical tape, 2 coats around the edges of the servo here, because if these are good for, you know, if water's just splashing on them, but if that hatch fills up and this gets submerged in water, you can easily ruin a servo. And that can, depending on what happens to the servo, it can end up drawing too much current and ruining any speed control. I've had that happen before. This is running Star Plug, which is a ripoff of Dean's. I'm probably going to change that to bullets. Like on the motor end, bullets are the best connector. And I've added a little heat sink to the speed control. That is some piece of aluminum I had, and I glued it on there. So that's a couple first bad things you're going to want to do. Stay tuned for a running video of this thing coming up pretty soon.